Jr. against Tyrone Evans. Mathis 6-0, Evans 6-0, and Evans is a physical specimen. Big lad.
Oh, giant lad. Checks in at 6'8" and 275 pounds. A fellow that takes the advantage in those arenas into this fight. 14 bouts as an amateur. Buster Mathis weighs in at 220, so he's given up a lot in stature. No question. He's 22 years of age. His daddy, of course, nearly to the Olympics, a heavyweight contender, and is the trainer of his son, Buster Mathis Jr. And there you get a look at Tyrone Evans, who last fought in mid-August, late August, and knocked out Mike Bardwell in one round. In spite of the stature, though, Jim, some folks say he can't bring it with the power he ought to with that kind of a body. Buster Mathis, 6-0, has just one knockout to his credit. But he's got fast hands. He's a good boxer.
Question about Mathis is very similar to the question about Evans. Does he have the power? Can he bring it to the heavyweight division? He has had 6 wins, but just one by knockout.
They say flip a coin on this one, too.
Yeah, a lot of people feel maybe that Evans might be the guy as the slight favorite, which would be a surprise. But Buster, remember, is going on the name of his dad. That always doesn't do you the same because you're in the ring with a guy named Tyrone Evans, who at age 28 has carved out a pretty nice 6-0 mark, who wants to move up in the heavyweight division. And let's face it, there aren't many people in the heavyweight division. He could make a move with a win tonight. Buster Mathis could also make that same move. Let's go to Wally Jackson for the official introduction.
And this Budweiser bout is 6 rounds in the heavyweight division. Our referee is Tom Paraskevich. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the blue trunks, weighed in at 275 pounds. He is undefeated, 6 wins, 3 wins by way of knockout. From Canton, Ohio, here is Ty Evans. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, weighed in at 220 pounds. He is also undefeated, 6 wins, 1 knockout. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, here is Buster Mathis Jr.
We've seen Buster in better shape, I believe. See the size difference of the two. 6 foot for Buster Mathis, 6'8" for Tyrone Evans. And Ty Evans isn't a sloppy 275. He's pretty solid.
Well, the questions about power, I think, Jim, in his case, are predicated on whether or not he's turning the punch over. I think from the sheer strength side of things, there's no question he can hit you, but it's a matter of timing. Is it coordinated when it reaches the target? Is it delivering all of its potential as it gets there?
Big left hook there by Evans. He moves Mathis well back into the rope. Mathis wants to work inside to the body. There's a wild overhand right from Mathis.
Well, Evans just trying to smother him right now. And he's got the body mass to do it.
Word on Evans has got a good chin also. He can take a shot. Works to the body and a right left. He's got Buster Mathis against the ropes. Buster tries to turn him around. You remember when Buster Mathis' father was fighting, he was considered a huge heavyweight at the time. The biggest of the bunch. Now to watch his son in against someone that would have towered over his father. There's a good right in close from Mathis. Combination inside by Mathis. 2 again. This is where Mathis must be. Giving up a lot of size. He's got to get inside and make things happen from there. Evans wants to fight from range. And there is Mathis doing his thing.
He's reaching up over the top of his head to deliver those shots, but they're snapping Evans around. And he shouts with each delivery. That shouting you hear is Buster Mathis Jr.
Big right hand there from Mathis.
He's gone to the Steffi Graf School of Enthusiasm.
There's that. No, the grunter is. Oh, she just won the U.S. Open, Monica Seles. Sure. That's Buster Mathis Jr. He is. Wonder if Evans is going to complain, like everybody else in tennis did. Got her to stop grunting at Wimbledon. I don't think anybody's going to tell Buster to stop grunting. I think Evans is joining in. Evans can't find Mathis. Mathis is finding Evans. No lack of activity. Inside 20 seconds left to go in round one of the scheduled 6-round heavyweight battle between Buster Mathis Jr. and Tyrone Evans. Good right hand by Evans, or rather Mathis. I think that got Evans thinking a little bit.
Look at that uppercut.
Tell you what, that's a darn good first round from Buster Mathis Jr. And if anybody wants a lesson on how to fight a guy who has got you in size, especially height, I think they ought to take a look at what Buster Mathis Jr. just did.
Well, you know, for the most part, Evans' hands were behind Mathis because he was up under his arms and just shooting right straight up. The angle of attack is about, I don't know, 75 degrees from the ground, straight up in the air. And he really nailed him with a couple of uppercuts late. Now, the bum's rush attempt belonged to Ty Evans. He just came out firing. He thought, well, I'll just go beat up this little guy. And later on, Mathis got inside and started nailing him. Combination here, duck down, underneath the arms. Look where those hands are. They're back over his shoulders. Boom, boom, boom. And in this case, Evans' arms are so long he can't defend himself from down under there.
Mathis kind of backs up, leans backwards, and kind of shoots those shots over his head. This is round two. Somebody got to, I think, Evans, because he wants to start throwing the jab and work his reach. Now, Mathis got inside, and they're back to where Mathis is most effective. Paraskevich will separate the two. Whoa. I mean, he can shove him off with his arms. He just did.
Evans gets back a little bit.
Well, Evans has got him against the ropes and is now stepping back and finding some room to get those arms extended and get the job done against Mathis. Good left jab there from Evans, but Mathis walked right through it.
Yeah, that's the point, Jim. And, you know, he needs to be able to use the jab to keep the range against Mathis. Stiff as it was, it didn't slow him down. Maybe one to the forehead.
Good right hand. Good right uppercut.
Well, that stuff comes from a strange angle, doesn't it?
Sure does. Inside, a minute and a half left to go in the second round. Crowd getting into this one. They like the effort that Mathis is putting forward. Oh, big left there from Evans. But both of them are dead tired right now. Turned this crowd on as he fought his way off the ropes against a much bigger man.
Takes a lot of might come down to that, just body mass, leaning on body mass. The heavier guy.
Coming to the end of round 2. And there's a left-right combination by Evans. They're going in another right hand and a left. Back Mathis up into the ropes. Mathis comes back with 4 shots inside. Evans just walks through those. There's the bell ending round 2. And a good round it was. I think that Evans probably got off more shots. I think the sentimental favorite, though, in the arena is the smaller guy. That man right there, Buster Mathis Jr.
I don't think there's much question who the crowd likes the most. Evans did come out, and when he got Mathis pinned against the ropes, he gave him some real shots, some open shots. He also did that later on in the round, Jim, and he didn't seem to phase Mathis all that much. And that's that coordinated power we're wondering about, or power at all. But he got some great shots in. I'm not at all sure that Mathis can knock this guy out. He's got to win on points. Evans comes on late in the round and does it again, and again piles up some points. There's a big shot. Mathis came back from that, and that looked more damaging than it turned out to be. I think we got an even fight after 2. I think we got a round for Buster. We got a round for Ty.
Round 3. This one's scheduled for 6. Neither fighter has been down. This is where Mathis has done his best work. Inside. Evans goes to the left uppercut. This is not where Evans is at his most effective.
Can you believe the pace of this, Jim, for heavies?
For heavies, that's incredible.
Look at that little sneaky stuff that Buster threw out there.
Big left-right combination there by Evans. I mean, he loaded up on his back foot, and I want you to know, Buster Mathis kind of walked right into it, but took it, and is clear and ready to go. No lack of effort by either fighter. Halfway through round 3. I'll tell you that the crowd gets excited because they hear Mathis grunting and groaning and making that noise when he throws shots. He may not land a thing with them, but they like the fact that he's grunting when he throws it.
Evans is trying to lean him to death more in this round. Mathis has to lean back at the waist to deliver the shot. But what he's doing, Jim, is he's throwing shots and combinations from down under there.